knows that I'm Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's faking now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home, on my own, in the zone. That's the only way I know, feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself, I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way to even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side, and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate, and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, those whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated. But she's got me captivated, so the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah. She's got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. When you're undressed, I heard you like to get away. I heard you like to stay out late. I heard you had a couple boyfriends. I heard they did didn't treat you right. I heard you're hated by your girlfriends, cause all the guys want you tonight. Yeah, they say she's too hot, they say she's too cold. Where she came from, nobody really knows. They say she looks young, but say she acts old. From everything I've heard, she gets out of control. And all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but I'm not too sure that this girl is a blessing. She's got the devil's eyes and they'll cut you like a weapon. She's stuck in my mind like a...
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. Mama tied my teenage dreams. No, it's nothing wrong with me. The kids are all wrong, the stories are wrong. Heavy metal but mine. Come on, and let me in. Bruises on your thighs like the fingerprints. This is for the match. The doctor said you felt. I never meant for you to fix yourself. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. He's been here forever, and here's the frozen truth. I could scream forever. We are the poison Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. We'll go down in memory for centuries. So pretty, but you got my jelly. We'll go down in memory for centuries. So pretty, but you gone so soon.
Maybe the mistake last night. Maybe I can make it right. Sit down close to baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy about you, crazy about you.
I'm afraid sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know that it might be tense. I know when you've had enough. It's just how I show my love. Darling, can I live it up with you? I'm afraid sometimes.
outside. Baby, I can make it right. So I'm close, baby. We can talk about it.
Made a mistake last night. Maybe I can make it right. Sit down closer, baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy, crazy about you, crazy about your lips. I know I'm a flirt sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know I won't be tense. I know when you've had enough. It's just how I show my love. Darling, can I live it up with you? I'm a flirt sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. Darling, can I live it up
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
with strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, neath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my body. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Party starter, are you ready to go? I'm the party starter, party starter, party starter, party starter, I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go.
How's
Good
it going,
evening,
Shop?
sir. How are you doing?
The weather's been good this side, and on your side? No, I can imagine.
The side we had good weather today was quite sunny and warm. Very nice day for actual bride, but we've got other things to do, unfortunately, so we did not light a fire, but the weather is all good on the side.
Even if we don't see each other, we are actually socializing in a way as well.
Yes, I 100% agree with you that everybody needs a little bit of a break, and obviously with the sim racing community growing the way that it's growing, guys are obviously chatting a lot more, using obviously apps like Discord as we are using, and then yeah, bringing basic communities together with everybody that enjoys racing.
Grown tremendously, but just a little bit back to the action now. We can see as we're going into overtime in the practice session, Adrian now has put up a 59. Just slightly on his heels with 0.3 seconds behind. Stuart Mack, Valdis Wiegers, Mohamed Arafantu, John Henry Vaughan, Warren Sheehan in 8, Clinton Poseidon in 9, Carl Lawrence in 10, Jason Burgess, and then Johan Newman and Melvin Gous takes up the back at 14th position.
I must say tonight's race is going to be very, very interesting, especially if I'm looking at the weights and stuff, because weights are playing a huge role, especially on this little tight and twisty track with these sharp little corners.
Not just that, the track is quite narrow, so there's very little chance for passing. And if you're going to enter too hard into a turn, there might be a bit of rubbing.
Yeah, but Tommy, they say rubbing is racing.
That is true, that is true.
And you know, out of all fairness, rubbing in Div 1 is totally different compared to the Divisional 2 guys, where I found with the how can we say the experience level and the competitiveness in Division 1, those guys tend to rub a little bit harder than some of the other Div 2 guys would do.
I completely agree with you, Shoal. The rubbing in the Div 1 side, obviously, it's a little bit more competitive. The guys are pushing that a little bit harder. So 90% of the time, I'd say it doesn't just end up with a rub, it actually ends up with somebody going off.
Yeah, it's a dive bomb into corner 1, fender bender, and we call it a racing incident.
100%, I agree.
In Div 2 it's normally, guys, sorry for that, we apologize, no problem buddy, let's carry on. So yeah, as we're getting ready, qualifying for 5 minutes.
Shoal, I just had some feedback that I think our commentary volume is a little bit low. Maybe we can just push that up on your side. Alright, let's have a look. Assetto Corsa obviously leading the guys out, looks like it on the qualifying lap here.
Yeah, Assetto Corsa is definitely on this out lap. I think he's made the win for out of the pits at first position.
Obviously trying to put a little bit of space between him and the guy behind him, so obviously there's no chance of drafting. I definitely think this qualifying is going to be very, very tight if I look how close these guys are together.
Yeah, and you can see, oh, that was a close connection there, almost with, who's that, at the back of Deerwold as he exited the pit lane. But we've got Deerwold, and then behind him we've got Melvin Gous and Adrian Nel, and I think Adrian Nel is going to definitely get a little bit of a drafting there from Melvin Gous, so that should help him get increasing his chances to get onto pole position.
Yeah, I was watching the server a little bit, obviously, during the practicing times and stuff, and I must say these Div 1 guys are so close. I think the fastest time that we had on the server was from Peter Geldenhuis, and I think he ran a 51.1, if I'm not mistaken.
That's fast. That well, we saw that now also from Adrian now that was doing a 55.5. So I think 55. Well, you can see David Kortsa going in at 51.5 there. So I think that is going to be the race or the pace. Currently, Mohamed Arafat is second, Valdes is in third, and Adrian now surprisingly went into a fourth position there.
Adrian
Yeah, I
is
think
actually one of the fast guys around the track, even in the Polo Cup league that we've got today.
Yeah, Adrian's definitely one of the quicker guys out there. I can also see, I don't think that was his pace lap coming out with a 54.5, so I think that was just their out lap. So I think these guys are busy doing their hot laps at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about Adrian now, quite recently, Simrace Africa participated in the Le Mans. Oh, and we can see somebody hitting a corner there. And he mistimed that rubber a lot. But anyway, back to Adrian now in Le Mans 24-hour that was run recently, virtually Simrace Africa. And I think Adrian now was the second fastest in his class worldwide. So that is world standard driving for sim racer.
100%. I actually saw, as we switched across to Adrian now, they actually saw Melvin go off to the last corner, and yeah, it did not look good. Obviously threw the gravel trap into the wall. But yeah, but I think this is going to make for very, very, very close and interesting racing, especially on a little short track like this. I don't think the guys are going to spread out too much tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a really short course, and it is a difficult course. I remember in the practice sessions, there was comments made of a hill climb event because of this up and down elevation of this altitude.
Yes, I must agree. The elevation gains across this course is massive because you basically climb straight up just to drop straight down again. So, which is quite tricky. And then obviously by them placing a chicane on like a crest, your car actually loses a lot of weight. It becomes positive in weight, so it actually shifts the weight across a lot faster, obviously pushing your car wide a bit.
Yeah, it's a tricky course, and you can see these guys as they go over these curbs. These guys are flying on two wheels as some of these curbs they clip, and then the tire barriers I think there was about 2 or 3 guys that went right into them already. Sean Lerero, Peter Geldenhuis is sitting a fastest time currently, 51.52, so it's still in the 0.5s. I wonder if we're going to get somebody going faster than that. David Kortsa now going across the line, and he cannot get anything better. Sean Lerero is also out there. He's still stuck in third position. So, Stuart Mack is also in the Audi. He's going to try his best to increase his fourth position currently. But I must say, I think for me the biggest surprise now is Adrian Nel. He's sitting right at the back and he's at 9th position, which is very weird. Warren Sheehan, also a fast driver. Peter Grobel. These guys are 12th and 13th. Melvin hasn't set a time yet. I mean, I think he's done a very, very low time.
Yeah, well, if I compare the times that they ran in the qualifying compared to their practice times, obviously something must have happened to the guys, obviously a little bit lower down in the field, because I think there were only 1 or 2 guys running in the 52s. Everybody else was running in the 51s. So obviously something's happened and they haven't been able to set a clean lap.
Yeah, I think these guys are just battling a lot, to be honest with you. It's sometimes it's overdriving. But yeah, that's quite done. Sean Lerero so far. Last guys are coming over. He's not running yet too much. But Sean Lerero did very well there. He's actually had a pole position, but yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, I think, for all of us there. Sean Lerero first position, Peter Geldenhuis in second in the Alpha, David Kortsa is running in third, Carl Lawrence in fourth, Adrian Nel in fifth, Valdes sixth, Stuart Mack in seventh, Clinton Besaderit in eighth, JC Buerta did very well at the end, coming in at a ninth, and Johan Niemann wrapping up the top 10. Then we've got John Henry Vaughan, which is surprisingly also running up quite low. Peter Grobel in the Audi also running low. Mohamed Arafantu and Warren Sheehan in the Alfa Romeos 13 and 14 respectively. Melvin Goos is sitting right at the back of the pack in his Toyota Ventus, and I do think he's battling a bit, but as you can see, he's running with 90 kilograms loaded on his current structure.
Yes, I think that's going to be very, very interesting to run with 90 kilograms heavier, obviously, than some of the guys here. But just having a look at it, I think the lightest guy in the field at the moment will be JC Botha, Johan Niemand, and John Henry Vaughan, only running with 10 kilograms. So they'll obviously have a little bit of an upper hand. Obviously, tyre wear won't affect them as bad, but obviously knowing that the Toyota's tyres tend to last a little bit longer, I think Melvin will definitely have a good shot at this.
Yeah, and Carl Lawrence running at 95, which is the second highest of this race, in fourth. So that just shows you the kind of skill this driver's got. And yeah, as we're lining up to race start, we're going to run a 15-minute plus one. Is it correct?
Yes, that's correct. We're going to have two races running 15 minutes plus one lap. Obviously, going across to the second race, we will be reversing the top 8.
That reverse order starts always makes for a great, entertaining. Well, I don't know. Sometimes the first corner is better in the second race than the first race, and sometimes it's reversed. So let's see what happens. All right, 20 seconds to go. Sure, I think I'm more nervous than these guys. I haven't really studied the track, but I think the first corner, Tommy, is a left-hander.
It's a right-hander.
Right-hander, so definitely Peters. But anyway, let's see. Lights, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, and lights are going out, and we're racing. As we can see, Sean Lorera here currently pushing off first position. Just gonna get our cars off the track here quickly.
I've actually jumped off already. Let's see if these guys can get nice and clean. I see there is a little bit of argy-bargy up in the front, but it seems that somebody has lost it at the back. Looks like JC Botha.
Yeah, JC Botha's definitely. Oh, there's another guy that just went right off on the front here, Carl Lawrence.
Carl Lawrence.
Tremendously. Shame.
This is definitely a tight and twisty track, and these guys are going to really, really have to concentrate really hard and try and keep it as clean as possible.
That's it. Adrian now right up into third position, so I think that accident with JC and what's her name, Carl Lawrence has helped him a lot to get in as they go into the corner. You can see Melvin Goos diving into the inside of Johan Niemand on the final corner as they go down the main straight. Let's see what Adrian now is still sitting in third, Walter Swickers in fourth, coming with Devil Kortzer, Stuart Mack and Johan Niemand. We've got Melvin Goos crossing with Mohamed Arafanto and Clifton beside a note. So yeah, it is very tight. These guys are right on top of each other as Walter Swickers is diving, and they touch him with Adrian now. That was almost.
I'm watching a little bit further back, and yes, this racing is absolutely close, eh?
Yeah.
If you take it, we've got Mohamed Arafanto 0.4 off Melvin Goos 0.2 off Johan Niemand. This is very, very close. It looks like
just ran very wide into Clark. Sorry.
No, I saw that.
Oh, Peter Grobler also off. Crazy off there. These guys are just flying off these hills. I don't think they even know where the brake markers are currently.
Yeah, as we said, this track is so tricky. Obviously, with all the elevation gates, the tight corners, and its high-speed corners, it just tends to catch one out.
I think this might be a Tommy Lewis track in Divisional 2, because if you know what Tommy does, he's just a patient guy that slowly makes his way up, and he sits and he waits for the guy in front of him to make a mistake. I think if you do that tonight, you should do very well.
I 100% agree with you. You basically just have to sit back, be patient, and wait for the guys to make the mistakes. And then obviously...
Mohammed also running, sorry, now he ran so wide there, he even overtook on the grass, but yeah, it's a really close, twisty track.
Yeah, I see Melvin pushing hard. I see John Henry Vaughan even pushing quite hard, pushing past Mohamed Arafanto. But I think Mohamed Arafanto is also struggling, especially for the fact that he's running 100 kilograms.
Yeah,
and obviously after some investigation, we saw that the Alphas are actually running 30 kilograms lighter than any other car on the grid.
Yeah, that was a brilliant move on the final turn from Warren Sheehan. Oh, and the Clinton Basano just took Warren out. He didn't, I think he slammed right into him with the left-hand turn there. As they came out of the corner, you could see Warren Sheehan dived him in the inside, and then next moment he just swerved right back into the guy as Walter Swickers just went off the track into corner 1 with Mohamed Arafanto. It's sad. I think that definitely the COC will look into that incident into the final corner.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to actually see Warren Sheehan has been disconnected or disqualified. So that's something that we're definitely going to have to look into.
Yeah, at least it did not finish. It's not a DQ.
I see John Henry Vaughan is right on top of Melvin, actually passing Melvin as we speak.
That's it. Yeah, he's taking that position out into 7, but Melvin is going on the outside, trying to regain his position as they go around the corner. Let's see where they're going to come out now. Into the final corner, main straight. John Henry has definitely taken the lead, chasing Johan Newman down now.
Yeah, I must say, just looking at the practice, John Henry Vaughan definitely had quite a lot of pace in him. As far as I know, he's running top 3, top 4. So I think there's a lot more to be seen from him.
I'm speaking under correction, but isn't John Henry Vaughan one of the...
John Henry Vaughan is a 14-year-old Polo Cup driver, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it, yeah. Adrian now, you can see, is running a little bit wide that as he was chasing Peter Geldenhuis down, and he just made a small mistake in pushing there. The front runners is now spread up. Sean Larrera is running away at 3.4 seconds already, so I think he's just got clean in. There's not really much. If he keeps it together, he should run it. Johan Newman,
I'm going to say one thing for Sean Larrera. Speaking about Sean Larrera, he's obviously had a bit of practice on this track. We actually ran a few fun servers last night, and Sean was very, very, very quick in a kart around this track.
That was crazy.
So he's obviously done more laps than most guys, and I think that's why he's feeling comfortable on it.
Yeah, Sean has really done very well. I mean, I think he's always been a good driver. As we joke with him running in standard setups, but he's really been doing fairly well in the sense of consistency as well.
Yes, I 100% agree.
I see we got a little bit of feedback from James Leach on the server saying that it is quite a tricky track to run. I think he's out busy practicing if he's not part of the race at the moment.
James Leach will actually be running in the Div 2 server. Watching these times, he was also low down in the 51s. So I think the racing tonight in general across Div 1 and Div 2 will be great. I see Johan Newman flashing lights, had John Henry Vaughan, and John Henry Vaughan got past Johan Newman there.
Yeah, I wonder if there was either a little bit of a well done you passed me scenario, or if it was a slow down I'm going to catch you scenario.
Let's have a look here. I see Mohammed Arafanto passing Carl Lawrence. Oh, and they touch it, and Carl Lawrence has gone off.
Carl is off. That's a bad one for him. You can see on the replay here, Carl has definitely gone off very hard there.
I don't know if you've seen, but we actually have Adrian Nel taking up second position now, passing Peter Geldenhuis.
Yeah, definitely. Peter Geldenhuis has been taken. Sean Larrera, who's a Devil Kotze, is in 4th position, and he's slowly but surely catching as well. This guy's making up ground faster than a cheetah over the plateau.
I see, it seems like Peter Geldenhuis is struggling a little bit at the moment. I wonder what he'd be struggling with.
It is possible that he might be struggling with some tire wear at the moment.
Good pit tires.
He tend to chow a bit of the tires due to the short fast turns and the fast pace, as well as the hairpin turn just before you enter the main straight.
Yeah, I know. From personally practicing on the track, I know coming through the hairpin, especially the last corner, if you get on the gas a little bit too quick, you tend to light up the tires.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that will be the situation at the moment. Peter Geldenhuis struggling with the tire wear, and it's becoming a bit more tricky to maintain your tractional grip.
If we look a little bit further down, I see the next close battle that we got is Mohammed Arafanto and Peter Grobler.
Yeah, Mohammed
Peter Grobler seems to be struggling a little bit tonight.
Peter is definitely struggling. He's really a front runner, and I think that turn off the track definitely has cost him quite a lot, and he's now battling.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Peter's usually one of our front runners, obviously very, very quick. So obviously track combo is just not working for him tonight.
Yeah, I think Peter's definitely battling, but he's going to regain. I mean, he normally regains if we're going into 6 minutes left in this race. Let's have a look and see what's going to happen it's getting close, eh? It's getting so close.
I see we've got one huge battle here for second place. Peter Geldenhuys, Adrian Nel and Dewald Corsa all on top of one another.
Yeah, Dewald Corsa is chasing hard onto Peter Geldenhuys, and Adrian Nel is now settled into that second, and it is a battle now for second.
Looking at the guys' lap deltas, I see they're running quite consistent. Anything from about 0.2 to 0.5 seconds off their fastest laps. So these guys are obviously pushing very, very hard.
Yeah, no, this is not it's not a walk in the park. It's really a tough little circuit. And look, going back to Melvin Gijs now with Johan Niemann right on the back of him, as Johan is only 0.4 of a second behind Melvin Gijs, chasing him quite hard as they go into corner one.
I see that, and knowing the Alpha is quite quick in a straight line. So I wonder if Johan is not just lining Melvin up for the back straight.
So
Also becoming part of this fight. I see Clinton Besaidner is also busy pulling into this fight. Clinton, Johan running wide and Clinton going through.
Yeah, Clinton has regained there. I think the big loser was Johan. That's dropped down almost a second on Clinton Besaidner. But Clinton sitting at 0.6 of Melvin Gijs. So that is also a good close battle there. So we've got battle for second, battle for seventh. And then Peter Grobos, Mohamed Rafant is not really battling there. That's only 3 seconds. So yeah, let's have a look at Clinton Besaidner onto Melvin Gijs, what they're going to do as they go into corner one.
Let's see if Melvin can keep it clean as they go through Beaver Step.
Oh, Melvin's a little bit on the wider side, but yeah, Clinton regained slight but surely. Melvin under braking. You can see that rear stepping out of that Toyota. Clinton is right behind him, but this is going to be an interesting battle. It's Toyota, Audi and Alpha.
Knowing Melvin Gijs, he'll obviously start putting the hammer down in the later part of the race. He tends to become quicker as long as the race goes on.
Yeah, and it's a bit of pressure as well that he's getting now. Luckily for him, I think the biggest thing is he does not need to worry about fighting a battle in front of him. So he's only got to concentrate on defending, where Clinton Besaidner needs to think about in his attacking game and defending game with Johan Niemann, only 0.7 of a second behind him. So currently, the gap between Clinton and Johan is closer than the gap between Clinton and Melvin.
Correct, and knowing Johan's also a very, very clean driver. He'll sit patiently and wait till he can attack.
Well, you can see now Johan has already closed down to 0.5 and Melvin increased to 0.3. So it's definitely, I think Clinton is thinking about this battle up front, where I think he needs to start looking at the battle behind.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think Clinton, his nerves are getting to him a little bit. Obviously, being a Polo Cup driver as well, he should be able to maintain the pressure. But obviously, having pressure from both sides, I think it makes it a little bit more difficult to drive.
Yeah, no, definitely worry. Getting stick from both sides is not as fun as it sounds.
Correct.
All right, second place. You can see Adrian now still fighting off. Sean Larios totally ran away with this. He's 9 seconds ahead of everybody as Peter Geldenhuys went a little bit wide there into corner.
Oh, and Dewald Corsa getting past.
That's it, yeah. Dewald Corsa capitalized on that one. And yes, I think that Adrian Nel has also got a little bit of a pressure behind him. 2.8 seconds gap between him and Dewald Corsa. Dewald, the new driver, that's doing phenomenally well.
He's doing absolutely amazing. Even if you look at the Polo Cup League, he is just very, very consistent, and he's always up there, fighting in the top, fighting in the front, and basically showing the guys how to do it.
Yeah, it's he's really done well. Last week he really did well, and this week as well. So yeah, well done to Dewald Corsa for always keeping up straight. Difficulty in the deliveries between Dewald and Sean Lerero. Very, very similar skins, and sometimes you want to talk fast and you're like, oh, there goes Sean, and he's actually Dewald.
Correct, yes. Obviously Sean Lerero running the Mike's Place livery, and then Dewald Corsa just running it looks like a black and red Toyota livery.
That's it, and yeah, I think that Mike's Place is the main sponsor for the TTSA guys, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct, yes, and Mike's Place obviously with Christopher Long, the drift champion of South Africa. So obviously one of his main sponsors. So
What could
they've
be
obviously
that
gotten
Christopher
involved
Long?
somewhere along the line with the TTSA guys, and obviously having TTSA guys racing here with us.
Yeah, and I mean, where is Christopher Long now? Shouldn't he be driving tonight as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he had a very bad last race and he's actually moved down to the Division 2. As you know, the bottom 4 of Division 1 actually moves down to Division 2, and the top 4 of Division 2 moves up to Division 1.
That's true, you're right. So yeah, I think he's having a bad race, the previous one, like Valdo Swiggers. Yeah, Valdo and Carl Lawrence is having tonight with that accident. It's really, really, really a little bit bad.
Just to confirm with you guys, Christopher Long has moved down to Division 2 due to the racing incident of the previous race. But if I'm not mistaken, he's quite high up on the times for Division 2. So I'm pretty sure after tonight he'll be back up there in Division 1 with all of the faster guys.
Thanks for that, Tommy.
That piece of info.
I see John Henry Vaughan is also on the attack on Stuart Mack for 4th place.
Yeah, Stewie Mack is under pressure now, big time from John Henry Vaughan. He's getting it as well from the back, and he's going to defend a little bit harder than what he was the whole night as John Henry is closing it right onto him. 0.2 of a second between these two guys. They are doing bumper to bumper racing now as they go through Clark, and yes, John Henry is going to definitely take him out now. You're going to see Stuart Mack makes one mistake, he's going to be gone, but John Henry right on the back of him. 0.1 seconds between the two of them as they go into Taylor's. Let's see who's going to be the victorious. And John Henry, and then touch a little bit in the back. Yeah. As we see, the countdown has started. The leaders has got 2 laps to go, which is this lap and the next, as these two gentlemen are still fighting and battling it off into the first corner. They go side by side. John Henry on the inside, and he's taken it.
Let him go.
Let's see, John Henry has taken that one, but now Mackie might have the inside on McIntyre as they go through. No, John Henry is going to run away. And what was a brilliant ending to a race.
Yeah, that was very, very close. I actually thought Stuart Mack was going to try to push it up the inside of John Henry there.
Yeah, I think it's also one of those scenarios where do you really want to fight him and risk both of your race, or do you want to settle for 5th and still earn good points?
Yeah, no, that's definitely something to look at. You obviously have to look at the long-term championship instead of just taking it race for race.
And
but
also,
these guys are obviously very, very experienced drivers, and you can see obviously sitting on top of one another and not making too many mistakes.
But Stewie Mack will get his position back because in race 2, reverse order start, Mackie will start up in 4th and Vaughan will start in 5th, so he's just overtaken him with the reverse order.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to watch. Obviously putting Sean Herrera down in 8th and then having to fight his way through the pack.
Yeah, and Clinton Bessananote should start in 1st with Melvin Gous in 2nd. That's also going to be a really interesting corner, well, let's say corner 1 with 2, call a spade, aggressive drivers.
Correct, yes. And just to interrupt,
sorry.
Devil Corsa is actually on the attack with Adrian Mel.
And as they come through the finish line, Sean Herrera has just taken it there. Adrian Nall is in 2nd position. Devil Corsa in 3rd. John Henry Vaughan will do 4th position. Stuart Mack in 5th. Peter Geldenhuys had he had a bad accident, slide off the track, and that caused him to drop down from 2nd all the way to the 6th. Melvin Gous will come down in 7th. Clinton Bessananote right behind him in 8th. Johan Niemand is doing his 9th position. Peter Grobel, I think I always call, no, I can't give it to him tonight. Carl Lawrence just overtaken on the last minute Mohamed Arafantu in the final corner, making him 11th. Mohamed Arafantu in 12th, Valdo Swiggers in 3rd, and then JC Botha bringing it all the way home in 14th. But Warwick, as I always call my races, I say biggest loser. I would definitely think that title has to go to either Carl Lawrence or Valdo Swiggers from my side.
Correct, yes, I'll fully agree with you.
Yeah, and then the biggest gainer for the night, I think I'll have to place it there on Adrian now, coming from start of 8th position.
Correct, yes. It will be a tight one between Adrian Nall and John Henry Vaughan. Obviously, both of them putting up remarkable drives tonight.
Oh, I can see our stream. What's happening here? Error occurred. I just want to see. Warwick, can you confirm we still got a live stream? I just had an error on my side pop up.
Just having a look quickly.
To confirm with you guys, we had a bit of an error, we had a bit of a drop in the stream, but it is still going strong.
Okay.
Alright, nice, so it is still up and live. Let's see if we can get Sean Herrera in here. Sean, are you there?
Mr.
Sure.
Standard Setup. Definitely not there.
It looks like obviously Sean Herrera is busy with something else at the moment.
Preparing his car setup for the next race.
Let's quickly have a look.
1 minute to go.
Oh.
Let's. You have somebody else in there. Let's quickly have a look at from our main sponsor, Volvo Cars Namibia.
Brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies, crisp strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and chainsaw with moon. Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I feel so bad.
Alrighty, we are back. Yes, definitely. As we're preparing here for race 2, which is a reverse order start tonight. Well, there's always a reverse order start for Summer Africa. Top 8 will be reversed, which will bring us into Clinton's Besaden, that will take first position as they get lining up for their racing. And they're off. Warwick, are you there?
I'm here at the moment.
Can you
I'm
confirm
just
that there was a
typing-
race order start? Reverse order, because Peter Geldenhuis just started
Oh,
first.
goodness, it's-
Stuart Mack, that is a ridiculous first corner there. Touching with Peter Geldenhuis, Stuart Mack. Peter Geldenhuis right off again with Clinton Besaden right behind him. I think there must have been a touch between Clinton Besaden and there's another touch here right at the back with John Henry Vaughan also going off with Carl Lawrence again in the mid-pack. And there we can see Sean Larira had a huge accident in chicane. So yeah, we yet again, Sean Larira, Peter Grobber, Peter Geldenhuis, John Henry Vaughan, Mohammed Arafantu, these guys is all touching each other and going off the track.
Yeah, I think the guy should just be a little bit more cautious. Obviously, on the outlap, I see Sean's actually pulled over and actually jumped back to the pits, who was our race winner in race 1.
Yeah, as you can see, coming into the corner here, we Mohammed Arafantu dive bombing into the inside, taking out JC solidly on the T-bone structure there. So that was in the final corner. So I think the COC is going to have a fun week coming up this week.
Yes, no, definitely. I can see quite a bit of incidents, and I'm pretty sure a few of these guys are going to definitely be reporting it.
Look
I
at the
see
fight
there's a
between
nice
Waldo
battle for
Swiggers.
6 and 7.
Yeah, it was Waldo Swiggers, Melvin Gous, Carl Lawrence just overtook again with Stuart Mack is losing it against Johan Niemand. As they go through chicane, what are these gents going to do? Warren Sheehan is back in the racing, and I think he might have had his sights set onto a pink and blue Audi.
No, 100% agree with you. If I look at Melvin Gous is actually pulling away from Carl Lawrence, but I know Carl Lawrence is also, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit heavier than Melvin Gous.
Look at Waldo Swiggers up onto Carl Lawrence as they go into Taylor's. They touch a little bit in rubbing, but Carl has taken the inside leg there. Waldo Swiggers coming out with Johan Niemand right behind him. Stuart Mackey was also there. Warren Sheehan all the way from the back into 10th now, with Peter overtook Warren just there on the start straight.
I see Warren struggling a little bit out there this evening, but obviously we'll be back up and running in full form hopefully by next week.
Yeah, I think he's getting used to this heavier car, to be honest with you.
I 100% agree with you. He's obviously been running a
Look
little
at
bit lighter.
Valdez. Sorry, Warwick, that was Valdez right onto. He's even been inside that number plate of Carl Lawrence, and you can see at the back, Peter Grobe had another off there on the track, and he's now dropped all the way back to 11th position.
Yeah, see, that's a nice little three-way battle that we've got here with Valdez Swiggers, Carl Lawrence. Carl Lawrence actually going up the inside of Melvin. Melvin taking the line away a little bit and then hanging wide, allowing Valdez Swiggers and Carl Lawrence to get through.
That's it, and just up front of them, Dewald Kotze is having a huge battle with Clinton Besadenite as well, as they're coming down the start straight and into the first corner, Duffers Dip they call it, and then
I
into
think
Leslie's.
Clinton will definitely be able to keep Dewald back for now, but obviously knowing in the later stages of the race, the Toyota's tires actually perform a lot better than the Audi, so I think Dewald will definitely be putting his attack on a little bit later through the race.
Yeah, I do think so as well. Dewald is now just lining him up, but back to the action at the back, we've got Waldo Swiger still fighting with Melvin Gous, diving. These guys are hitting the chicane so hard, their tires are lifting up.
Yeah, running on two wheels through a chicane on a crest is definitely not the easiest thing to do, so these guys definitely have a lot of driver skill.
And you can see they're pushing the cars to the end.
Down a little bit.
No, they're pushing quite hard on the cars to get them actually to throw around there. Adrian now running away now.
And Clinton Besadenite actually running side by side just before the first corner.
Yeah, and
so Dewald's actually caught up to Clinton.
That's it. And as I go into McIntyre now, you can see Dewald's riding, chasing down through Butchers, Clinton Besadenite into the chicane, and yeah, Peter Geldenhuis is disconnected. I think that must have been another slip up there or a huge accident. We didn't see that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I completely agree. Obviously, Peter Geldenhuis being one of the faster guys up there, it's never nice seeing them disconnecting. Hopefully he'll reload back in and then get back out on track.
But I think I do enjoy the race battle now between Waldo Swiggers and Carl Lawrence currently, with Waldo Swiggers just 0.3 of a second behind him, Johan Neiman coming on the inside with Warren Sheehan right behind him. And coming down the start, straight finish, you can see Waldo Swiggers chasing down onto Carl Lawrence as he's trying to gain it. Let's see what he can do into the first corner, whether he's going to actually get his position or not. Now they're regaining their positions. Into Duffers Dip, into Leslie's. As they go out of Leslie's, let's see what they can do into McIntyre. You can see that Alpha's right rear wheel has locked up. Into the chicane, Waldo Swiggers chasing hard down. Melvin Gous also being under huge pressure now from Stewie Mack. And Warren Sheehan has actually decided to join the battle as well.
Yeah, that's a very good thing for Warren. Obviously being disconnected or disqualified in the first race, we're not sure what happened there, to be able to now battle with the guys up front.
Look at Stuart Mack on the side of Melvin Gous as they go through side by side into Taylor's. I think Stuart Mack is going to take him there on the inside. Oh, they just changed this.
Melvin having a little bit of a better run, but obviously running a bit wide, touching the grass. I wonder if Stuart Mack will actually have the run on him into the first corner. Obviously sitting on the inside, if he can get side by side, he'll have the line through the corner.
Yeah, and Melvin tried to close the gap there, but into Duffers Dip, you can see Stuart Mack's got the in as Johan going a little bit wide. Into Leslie's, you got Melvin on the outside.
And Warren and Johan touch.
Did they touch each other?
I see Warren's rejoined. Johan is still busy rejoining. So Warren has actually not lost the position. He's actually gained a position with the touching of the two.
Yeah, definitely. And Warren is not a guy known to touch another guy.
Dewald Kortse and Clinton Besadenite actually running side by side on the back straight. Dewald's actually gone through and sitting up on the inside.
And as you can see, Waldo Swiggers right behind him, and Carl Lawrence as well. I don't know who's battling for
Clinton
second
Besadenite
place.
obviously getting a brilliant run out of the corner. They run side by side. Clinton got the inside for turn one. Let's see if they can get through cleanly.
Clinton is on the inside. Let's see into Duffers again as he runs wide. Dewald tries to Dewald tries to. As you see, Carl Lawrence coming in here from the back. That was unseen.
Has actually let the guys from behind catch up.
Hugely.
Oh,
look at that accident against Carl Lawrence. Let's have a look at the replay. That was crazy.
And Waldo Swiggers is off on the grass. I wonder if he'll be able to rejoin nice and quick without losing too many positions. He's already dropped down to 9th.
If we look on the replay, you'll see now how they go into the chicane, and Waldo Swiggers has just lost that one, unfortunately. Yeah, let's have a look. Now we've got Adrian now running away 8.8 seconds. And yeah, it's unfortunately that the racing is so tight at the back. But as Clinton Massadonet is coming through onto Kyle Lawrence again.
Yeah, Carl Lawrence, obviously a very patient and brilliant driver. He'll sit there patiently and wait for the mistake and then obviously try to capitalize.
Yeah, brilliant racing from him. He came down from... where did he start? I can't even remember. I think it was down in 13th or 14th. Like
I think
right
it was
at the
also
back.
13th or 14th, correct, yes.
So yeah,
So
I think
he's had one brilliant race pushing through the pack, all the way from the back.
Marvin Gous now been overtaken by Stewie Mack. As these guys are battling going into the back straight, I think now, side by side with Peter Grobler.
I see Melvin's trying to attack back on Peter Grobler. Obviously something must have gone wrong and we missed something on our side. Melvin sitting up on the inside of Peter. Let's see if we can get a better run. Peter keeping it nice and clean on the outside. Obviously getting a little bit of a better run down the main straight.
Yeah, and another fight coming up with Stewie Mack onto Warren Sheehan as they go into Duffers Dip. Next up is Leslie, as we can see what Warren's going to do as they go into Leslie into McIntyre. Let's see, Warren is now going to keep calm and get through that chicane quite fast so Stewie doesn't catch him. And let's see, yes, that was so close, Stewie, that I don't think these guys are brushing these rubber tires, like brushing them.
Yeah, these guys are definitely putting the hammer down and obviously trying to push the best laps they can to try. Obviously Warren's putting down his best laps he can. Oh, Stewie Mack diving up, setting himself up on the outside. Maybe he can get a better run down the main straight.
I think Warren will have it.
Oh, and they touch and Stewie Mack is off.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Stewie has a huge off there. I think he's going to regain now just in front of Melvin Gous. That's it. So yet again, the battle for Stewart and Gous.
Go. Let's have a look. I see.
Let's
Obviously,
see.
closest battle on track at the moment is Gous and Stewie Mack.
That's it. Yeah, they are right onto each other at the back here. JC Boert are doing phenomenally well. Have a look. He had a huge accident in the final corner. Then he was fighted all his way down into 9th position already.
Yeah, he's doing he's doing very, very well. Let's just hope he can keep it on the black and white and then, yeah, bring it home.
Yeah, and I do think Mohammed is also battling with his vehicle now because they're all used to the lighter Alpha and obviously with regulation changes and we caught out, not caught out, we actually found that the Alphas were lighter. These guys need to get used to this car again.
Correct, yes, Mohammed Arafan's actually the championship leader as we speak. So he's obviously running a full 100 kilograms of ballast, which will make that car very, very hard to stop.
Sean Lawrence is sitting in the pits. Wonder why Sean jumped to the pits now, but yeah.
Oh, that's
Battle up. Have a look. Clinton Massadonet closing the gap down onto Kyle Lawrence. 0.4 of a second as they go down the back straight, and they're going to go into Taylor's. Let's see who's got the better drive out into the stop finish. Peter Grobler actually slowly but surely into sixth position. He's catching these guys at a pace and a half.
Yeah, he's definitely having a better drive this time around. I wonder if in the first race he might not have picked up a bit of damage or something with a little bit of rubbing in the beginning.
Yeah, there wasn't a bit of rubbing, there was a little bit of a lot of rubbing. As you can see, Clinton Massadonet lifting that car onto 2 wheels as we're going through into Butchers. He's really getting it hard. 4 minutes to go into this race. I wonder who's going to take it as well. Adrian now is running away doing hot lapping at 10 seconds above. So, and he's doing phenomenally well with that Ford Focus. Nobody wants a car and he's just killing it.
Correct, yeah, Adrian now one of very, very few Focuses obviously on track. Doing absolutely amazing.
Have a look at Stuart Mack and Peter Grobler battle side by side as they're going down into the back straight. Peter Grobler having the run out in that corner. As they're going to go into Taylor's, I wonder if Stuart's going to dive him on the inside. Let's see what he's doing.
Mack will maybe try to set up for the undercut again, same as what he's done with everybody else so far, and have a little bit of a better run down the main straight.
Yeah, I definitely think that final corner we're going to call the Mackie corner.
100%. We could definitely have to speak to somebody to have that corner's name changed.
Bring Sean Loureiro. Let's see if we can bring Mr. Loureiro in. I see he's disconnected.
Yeah, let's see if we can get Loureiro in there.
As we go down to the battle again, Clinton Massadonet at 0.3 onto Kyle Lawrence. as these guys are fighting it down. I wonder if Clinton's going to get him with 2.5 minutes to go. He definitely has to be able to close that gap and take him up. Shawnee, are you there?
Sean?
Mr. Shawnee doesn't want to speak to us tonight, I think.
Oh, Sean is here.
Is he?
Hey, what's up?
What happened, my bud? You out?
Yeah, someone put me into the barrier chicane there, so I did some more laps, but yeah, that car was banged up.
That's unfortunate.
That's
you
very
had a,
unlucky, especially after the win in race 1. We were actually hoping that you'd be able to push through the pack from 8th all the way up to 1st.
Oh, that's what I was hoping for. So we tried to take it a bit easy, but yeah, it's a tight track, so
how
we're
is
a
it,
bunch
Sean?
of fast guys, so you know, it happens.
Correct, yes, rubbing is racing, but obviously with the Div 1 guys, it's a little bit more than just rubbing.
Yeah, just a little bit, and those tire chicane, that's
It's crazy.
pretty solid, eh? It doesn't move.
I said
they're
earlier,
definitely there to stay.
we said earlier, you guys go so close against the tire chicane that it's closer than what I can walk past it. But anyway, Shawnee, all the best for you. Unlucky for you now, but we'll definitely see you in the next race, and keep it up, bud.
Cool, thank you very much. I'll yeah, catch you next race.
Definitely. Thanks, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right, Warwick, as we go back, we could see Clinton Besadenat now has had a slip up. He's now down 1.3 seconds onto Kyle Lawrence with 1 minute to go. So I think that pressure, Kyle is breathing a little bit. Yeah, with Kotso Warren Sheeran Stewart
Maybe
back.
with the Audi's tires obviously not being able to pull through as great as the other cars on track. Maybe, what's his name, Clinton Besadenat is starting to struggle with a little bit of tire wear.
Yeah, and the battle starting to brew at the back with Mohamed Arafantu and JC Buerta. See, JC, yeah. So I think that's the first time JC is going to have a little bit of action here as we got 30 seconds to go. I think if JC keeps it like this, he will bring it home.
Just looking a little bit further back, I see Valdo Suigas is actually being lapped. I wonder what could have gone wrong on his side.
Valdo Suigas now has got David Kotze right behind him. Yeah, you're definitely right. I think, oh, you know what, there was a huge accident he had against the tire chicane as well.
Oh, yes, correct. Maybe he pitted and had that car repaired.
He had a, I don't think he's pitted, to be honest. I think he's just battling it out. He's probably driving with that car at 180 degrees steering wheel currently.
Correct, yes. Let's have a look. Adrian now. Obviously, with 2 laps to go, we've got Adrian now lying in first, Carl Lawrence in second, Vincent Besadenat in third, Dewald Kotze in fourth, Warren Sheehan closing up the top 5, followed by Stewie Mack, Peter Grobler, Melvin Gous, JC Buerta, Mohamed Arafanto, John Henry Vaughan, Johan Niemand, Valdo Suigas, Peter Geldenhuis, and then obviously having Sean Lerero, who has disconnected from the server after having a few incidents on track.
But you know, you got to give it a guy credit where credit is due, and you got to lift your head up or your helmet up sometimes. But Peter Geldenhuis had a huge accident. He disconnected. He came back, and he's 5 laps down. But the guy's still finishing the race, or trying to, as you can see him driving a little bit on the sides, as he's not one to let the guys or get into the way of the leader. So lift your helmet and give the guy a nod.
Correct. Like Peter Geldenhuis, he's basically just sitting there for the points at the moment, obviously having that big incident in the beginning. If I recall correctly, I think he disconnected off the server and actually reconnected back.
That's it,
So I
right.
think
Have a
he's
look at
basically
Stewie Mack.
just circling the track.
Stewie has just flown past Warren Sheehan. As Warren Sheehan, what is he doing? He's just pulled off the track completely. They came into the corner as what I saw it, and these guys flew past him, and he just pulled off. I mean, you can have a look and.
Oh, Warren Sheehan has actually disconnected from the server.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, he was doing so well, to be honest with you. So I don't know what happened there.
I wonder if that's maybe not one of the unlucky charms that we have where we run out of fuel in the middle of a race.
No, I doubt it.
That's also something to be considered, considering that the BTCC cars actually run at 150% fuel burn.
He cannot have 2 nicknames in one season.
Oh, we got Dewald Kotze crossing the line in fourth.
That's it. Stu Mac is still fighting there with Peter Grobbe as they go down the start straight. Let's see if Peter can eat him in the last minutes, but I doubt that big time. As they go through the start-finish line, Peter Grobbe will finish there in 6th position. Marvin Ghosh should bring it down in 7th. JC Buerta, well done for you for keeping Mohammed off your back. Split second between the two of you guys in 8th and 9th. John Henry Vaughan bringing it back in 10th. Johan Niemand, brilliant racing from this guy the whole evening actually. Every time in every corner he was there. And then
Johan's definitely had very, very keen drives, obviously with his son Gerard Niemand sitting in the Div 2 side trying to fight his way up to Div 1. Hopefully it will be dad and son combo next week in 2 weeks from now in the Division 1.
Oh, we can see Clinton. So yeah, biggest winner, biggest loser, what is your call, Warwick?
Biggest winner, I'd honestly say Carl Lawrence. Obviously putting one hell of a drive through from the back all the way to the front. Biggest loser, unfortunately, I would say Sean Herrero having a little bit of a mishap in the beginning. Yeah, that's a difficult one to call.
Yeah, I would
even Waldo
Waldo
Swiffers having a few incidents, as well as dropping all the way back down to 13th and being lapped.
Yeah, and I think we said we're never going to share, but I think we need to have a tie between Waldo Schichers and Sean Herrero. That was, and you know what, these guys deserve a tie because both of them were taken out by the same tyre barrier.
I 100% agree with you.
So they agreed. But anyway, that's our wrap up for Divisional 1 tonight. That was brought to us by Volvo Cars Namibia. Next up is our Divisional 2. Warwick, I think we've got a 20-minute break or something like that.
Division 2 will start at 8:45. So obviously drivers briefing at 8:30. 8:45 will be the start of practice, which is 15 minutes, followed by a 5-minute quali, and then obviously two races of 15 minutes and 1 lap.
Definitely. So I think let us then go into our main screen, and we will see you guys back here at, let's say, 22.8. 22.9, apologies.
From my side, just want to say thank you to Shaw for commentating as well as Warwick. And I'll see you in Division 2, Warwick.
Have a lovely evening. I'll see you in Division 2, Tommy.
Tommy, doctor, stay away from the tyre barrier.
I'll do my best, but can't promise anything.
We'll see you, buddy. Drive safe.
Hey, Warwick, good enough fuel.
I'll try my best.
100%. Anyway,
see you guys. Thanks
everybody that was watching, thanks for everything. Thanks for joining us. Keep live on our channel. We will end this and we will come back soon with our Divisional 2 championships. From our side, thanks for watching. Have a great evening. God bless and see you soon. Bye-bye.